I understand. Jacob nodded excitedly, and continued, I will never wear this watch at home in the future. Although Charlie on the side had not spoken, but when he heard this, he was a little relieved for Jacob. It's really not easy for him to be an old man. In fact, the reason why he has tolerated Elaine for so many years was mainly because of Claire. If it weren't for his daughter, he couldn't always bear it, so it can be seen from here that his old man is not useless. At least his paternal love for Claire is still very great. Moreover, even when he was questioned by Claire, he never said that the grievances over the past 2 decades were due to Claire's existence, and he was worthy of the 2 words of father's love. Back to Thompson, Charlie was about to drive into the community, and suddenly saw Nanako standing at the gate of the community wearing a mask. Although the mask covered her face, Charlie could still determine that this woman was Nanako based on her body shape, hairstyle and feeling. Seeing that he was driving closer, Nanako first took a few steps to her side subconsciously, but she probably saw Jacob and Claire in the car, so she stopped again. Charlie knew that his wife and old man were in the car, and couldn't stop to greet her or ask her what she was doing here, so he could only drive in the car first, thinking about making an excuse later, and come out to have a look. The car returned to Thompson's villa. Before Charlie's car stopped, Jacob had already put away the watch given by Mei-Ching. After the car stopped, he hurriedly pushed the door and got out of the car to hide the watch in his BMW. Seeing this, Claire couldn't help but sighed softly, and said to Charlie in a low voice, "Suddenly I feel that my father is so pitiful. He must have been wronged for so many years, right?" Charlie nodded and said, "Dad, he has been suppressed for 26 or 7 years, and he might have collapsed long ago when he changed to someone else." Claire asked him, "Did you know these things a long time ago?" "You don't seem surprised at all to me?" Charlie said, "The last time I accompanied him to his alma mater to attend a class reunion, I heard others talk about it." Claire nodded suddenly, and asked him, "Then why didn't you tell me?" Charlie said helplessly, "Just after this incident, Mom disappeared in an accident. At that time, you seemed to have lost your soul, and you just wanted to find your mother. How could I add trouble to you?" Claire nodded slightly, and sighed again. Charlie thought of Nanako at the door, and said, "You and Dad will go in first, and I will go out." Claire asked curiously, "Why are you going out so late?" Charlie said, "I'm going to buy some liver-protecting tablets for Dad. Didn't he drink alcohol?" Claire said, "Let me go." Charlie waved his hand, "You go in with Dad. If Mom nags him again, you can help reconcile a little bit." When Charlie came out of the villa, there was no shadow of Nanako at the door. He looked around for a few times, but Nanako was not found. This made Charlie couldn't help wondering, his own feeling just now was not wrong. Although the girl was wearing a mask, he was sure that she was Nanako. Since she came to Thompson, she must have come to find him. Why did she suddenly disappear? Thinking of this, Charlie couldn't help sighing, but he really couldn't figure out the brain circuit of this girl. At this time, Nanako was hiding in a milk tea shop, looking at Charlie from a distance. Seeing that Charlie seemed a little stunned, she also felt a strange feeling somewhere in her heart. She did come to Charlie tonight, and the final was about to come. She also knew that it would be difficult for her to win Aushway, and she might even be injured in the game. Her master and her family didn't want her to continue participating in the finals. However, she felt that a qualified martial artist could not be as strong as others, but her willpower would never be able to defeat the opponent, so she decided to continue participating in the competition and at the same time be prepared to be injured. For this reason, her father sent a special plane and a top medical team in the country. This team will be on the spot in the finals. If Nanako is injured in the game, they will immediately rescue her and ride at the same time. The special plane will take her to Tokyo for treatment within 3 hours. So, in that case, after she is on the field, she probably wouldn't have the chance to meet Charlie, so Nanako thought, and come over to see him again tonight. However, she did not expect that she was waiting at the door of Thompson just now. Seeing Charlie driving back, she discovered that there was still a very beautiful woman sitting in the back seat of the car. This made her suddenly realize that that woman must be Charlie's wife. At that moment, she felt a little lost in her heart, and felt that she shouldn't bother a married man, so she prepared to go back to the hotel. But even though she was about to leave, she still wanted to know if Charlie had seen her or would come out to see her, so she ordered a cup of milk tea at this milk tea shop and sat down. In Nanako's heart, the feeling about Charlie was very complicated. Because he abolished her mentor, she blamed him a bit and felt that he was too cruel. Because she is extremely powerful, and she admires him a little bit. She thinks he is the real martial arts master. Because he scolded her badly last time, she felt a bit ashamed in front of him, and even her aura and inner strength would be affected by him, so that when she thought of him, her heart would always be soft. It's just that she doesn't know that this soft feeling is more like a crush and admiration. She received a rigorous aristocratic education since she was a child, and she has excellent psychological quality.